Right, hello my friends, this is a video on Persona 3 Portable, you know, the remake of the worst version of Persona 3 they could possibly do. So I just want to complain about this because it's my least favourite version of Persona 3. I know lots of people think it's the superior version because, you know, it's got a different, protagonist route and you can do whatever. And it's got more content, but it removes a lot of what Persona is. So I suppose in terms of from what I remember playing, I tried playing Persona 2 and it's I suppose it's kind of like an is it isometric, whatever, when you sort of, it's not really like a bird's eye view, it's like a sort of diagonal thing like this, and you go and sort of see it from that, except you actually move the character instead of a cursor because, this is a remake of a PSP game, although not really. So there are a few things I've kind of noticed of this. Obviously, it has got all the content and everything's got a bit more of graphical fidelity. Now you would have thought this is actually just a picture in the background, but it's not actually. In some places it's a lot more noticeable. Like here, the fountain does actually move, and the textures are. I think the textures are redefined in a way that it was a PS2 texture that just didn't move. It's kind of hard to explain. It's just that you haven't got your character model on here, and it's obviously hasn't got as much fidelity, basically. I don't even know why I'm here. Have I got 9 million yen? Yeah, this is my second playthrough. I'm just trying to get stuff so I can defeat, Margaret and whatever this silly slag's called. And Elizabeth, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so let's go over what I don't like in this. So if you're familiar with Persona, the more modern Persona games, there are obviously a lot of things that they didn't improve in this. I mean, I never really minded this because Persona 3 is my favourite game in terms of story and the characters that are in it. But a lot of the mechanics are just so bad. For example, so in the newer games, so Repel Light would have obviously RPL where the light symbol is at the top instead of WK, which is weak. That's fine. I can basically live with that. What I don't like is, and I won't save this because this is a bit of an older save, which I'm 3 or 4 days behind on. So if we do this, so the 4 skills you literally cannot change, and I thought when I played Persona this on PSP, because I've got it on Vita or whatever, because you can play PSP games on a Vita. And sometimes I visit people and I just take that and, play it or whatever. I'm pretty sure you could actually choose the skills you inherit, but apparently not. And that really grinds me up the walls. So every time you go back into this, it will randomly change the 4 skills based on if the persona can actually take them, or based on their affinity. So obviously Siegfried is more of a physical persona because he's got higher strength than magic, so it's obviously going to inherit physical skills if he is able to get them. And obviously they don't usually select skills that they're weak to. So obviously for this persona, it wouldn't be he would inherit Zio or Ziodyne or MyZio, whatever. And yeah, so basically they just inherit skills at random, and it is incredibly annoying trying to make a persona based on that. Excuse me, for some reason I'm getting a cold literally since I started recording that previous video. So these ones aren't actually that bad. So I get Repel Light, which covers his weakness, Evil Smile and Ghastly Well, which complement each other because, Evil Smile fears everybody and then Ghastly Well kills them. And Mind Charge, that's pretty good. So that's one of the things I don't like. And also the skill card system. So you get skill cards when your persona gets to a certain level, and then it goes into your inventory. If you complete the game and you haven't used them, you literally just lose them. So you have to. So before you, it's kind of hard to explain. You don't get a choice of getting the skill card as well. Your persona will just give it to you. So if you want to get multiples of the card, in one day, you have to you have to register the persona the level before they get them, level them up to that level so you get the card, and then delete them and then get them again. And personas in this game are disgustingly expensive as well, which is one of the things I really dislike. I will go over some stuff I do like in this as well, and I will do a review of Persona 3 because I want to review Fez because I think that's a better game. So like 361,000. I don't even think that's like my most expensive Persona. Yeah, Messiah's more. No, Messiah's less expensive, and he's a level higher, so that's quite funny. Yeah, so getting this one, like, oh, and that's the thing as well. The heart items, you can get multiples of them if you just delete them after they give you the item. But also I think you can like save them, and then if they go up a level again, you can get it then. So I could actually get magic skill up and make Messiah ridiculously strong. So what difficulty is this on? Because I'm going to go to Tartarus and just talk about it there because I don't want to spoil things if you haven't played this. So I should mention this isn't the normal music that plays when you're at this part of the game. This is like near the end. And I don't think I've spoiled anything other than like the party members, which are like on the box art. Yeah, that's one of the things I've really disliked about Persona. It will literally have all the party members on the box art. Especially Persona 5 was like really stupid with that. You see a character and they're just walking around. So like Makoto, she's a bit of a thorn in your side every time you encounter her in your daily life. And she appears fairly early on as well. And if you've ever looked at any of the art for the game, it's like obviously she becomes a party member. And if you've seen like the box art for Fez, obviously you know Shinjiro joins the team and he's got his own persona. So it's actually like ridiculously pointless. So where should we go to? Should we go to Monad Depths? I just want to see everybody's status. If I get everybody's skills. Oh, so I haven't got God's Hand for Athena. That's one of the things that I always thought was really weird. So nullifies pierce attacks, but yet she only gains like severe strike attacks and stuff at the end. It's just, I don't know. That's what. So, one thing I should actually mention is apparently this will be getting a remake. It's like I think somebody like leaked that it was going to. That they were planning on remaking this game, which honestly, like, what is the point in this one? I really want a remake. I'm so desperate for that. I rewatched the first Persona movie as well because I wanted to see how different it was from the game. And you know what? I actually think it's quite good. The first one. We'll pick Yukari because she's my favourite. Junpei, I'll go for Mitsuru because she's fit. If I got, I haven't got Messiah. And that's like the one I need because that's the one I'm leveling up to get all the good items. Who do you want to get rid of? I think I've completed the Temperance social link. I've done an all social links run for both characters as well. Which, it's a lot easier in the portable version, whereas in, Fez, it basically takes up every single day. Which is kind of stupid. One thing I do actually like from this change from Fez as well, if you can keep items as well. I remember having to gain all those special nil coins nil weapons to get the superpowered weapons. So obviously this is the the protagonist's best weapon. That's Yukari's, Junpei's, and Mitsuru's. I hate Mitsuru's. It just looks like a piece of rebar on a handle basically. Just kind of stupid. Yeah, so here's the main thing. Do you think this is a remake of a PSP game? Because the graphical fidelity is a bit too good. And it's kind of weird saying that because I'm pretty sure the models are just like the PS2 ones. I will literally put on some PS2 footage now. It won't be from Monad Depths because for some reason, if you run it at 4K, or higher, it just lags like anything. I don't know why. I think it's all the stuff in the background that does that. Oops. Oh my god. Is that a joke? Right, that's Yukari dead. Actually, no, that's everyone dead except for me. Oh my god, they actually withstood it. That's pretty funny. Good on Junpei. Right, they're actually weak. Are you telling me I haven't actually encountered these enemies before? Is that a joke? They're weak to fire anyway. I know this because I just... Oh my god. Is that a joke? Oh my god. Bloody hell, she actually managed to do it. There we go. Yeah, this is the main... this is the place where I just level up my characters when I go for a new playthrough. Just have something that has almighty attacks and you just like breeze through it. So, that's one of the things I really don't like on your New Moon playthrough, or, you know, New Game Plus, is that you retain your level, but your allies don't. And you don't get it. They... because the way the game works, because their personas evolve automatically, it doesn't... I'm trying to think of a way of putting this. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so they have limited skills based on when they get their ultimate persona in the story, so... I'm trying to think who's first. Akihiko's first, then Ken, then Yukari, then Mitsuru, Junpei, and then Igus. Oh no, sorry, Fuka's in there some... Oh no, I think... I'm trying to think. Yeah, Akihiko, Ken, Fuka, Yukari, Mitsuru, Junpei, and then Igus. And then obviously the protagonist, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, one of the things I did actually complain about with the earlier video, because I'm recording this the same day, is with a game like Soul Hackers 2, the encounters are a lot the same. I mean, it's a lot like this, but if you go on the Wikipedia and like look at the enemy variety in each floor, it's... While you do get the same encounters, it's not as frequent, I don't think. And at least in here, it's not like demons which you can immediately guess what they're weak to. I mean, I know what these are all weak to because I've done this so many times, but... Whereas if you've ever played a Persona game and, you know, you recognise the demons, there's like 90% chance you know what they're weak to. Like earlier, well, sorry, in... Soul Hackers 2, I've most of the fights I've gone through just like guessing what they're weak to, and you know it is what it is. So yeah, going on something I did say earlier with the whole randomized skills, you can actually make personas by using skill cards. So I like Norn because, you know, it's got Phanta Ray as it like the best wind skill. And I really like this. I really like this persona. It's like super cool looking. You know, and that's what I did. I basically just used skill cards to get it all the best skills. So, you know, Auto Matu. No, have I got Auto Mataru on this one? I can't remember. I've got like Rakunda. No, sorry, Marakunda. So, you know, decrease defense skills on decrease defense on all enemies. And it's got like ridiculous magic and auto attack buffs and like wind boost and wind amp. So absorb electric as well. Yeah. So you can do that if you have the right personas and like actually bother to level them up. One of the skill cards you can buy is Growth 3, which is pretty useful in this. But I don't know. So I might just quit this to go on to the daily life thing, but... Or do I? No, I can just explain it. So the daily life, when you go through and you talk to characters about what they want, and it's basically just a visual novel way of explaining things, which I don't really like. And I think what makes this game, you know, quote-unquote bad, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just like not... I wouldn't play it over... Fez, basically, other than to get trophies, which is literally the only reason why I'm playing this, and I like Persona 3, basically. Right, is it actually weak to ice? Yeah, thought so. Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, there's like literally no atmosphere. Sure, it makes everything ridiculously fast. Like, you literally just press a button and then you go somewhere, and it saves you actually watching the animation of your character. But the school just doesn't feel alive. Like, when I'm walking around in actual, Persona 3, you kind of get this sense of just walking up to people and talking to them and asking what they're doing. Like, there's a girl in the high school, whatchamacallit, she's in the corridor of the second... Oh, fuck it, I'll just show you. Escape route, yes, please. Yeah, so she's in the corridor of Yasugami High. Was it? No, I'm getting the schools mixed up now. So, Gekkoukan High, isn't it? This. And she'll talk about Mitsuru all the time. Oh. I can't actually show you that, because I'm in the middle of something on the other two saves, but basically you go up to her, she'll just mention things about what Mitsuru's doing, like a weird creepy stalker. Here it's just like, I don't know, it's less effort to actually talk to somebody, but I just never feel inclined to do it. Must be because of Nyx as well, yeah. So it's just, I don't know, kind of dumb. Like, that's one of the things I want to see if they remake this. I will make that part of my review, like what I want to see in a remake, because there's so much you can do. And it's kind of disappointing they put like basically no effort into this. I say that, but I mean, it's got this quick save feature which I never use. So it's basically like you save it and you go back to the main menu. You can't actually just save anywhere, which is what I thought they were going to do. And what was the other improvement they did? Oh yeah, so difficulty as well. You can now pick stuff. So Maniac is obviously just a lot harder, and everybody gets... Does that say... No. So Help, it just tells you where you can change the difficulty. Amazing. So I'm not actually playing on normal, because I'm using more XP rewards, because... Right, that's one of the things. I put this XP rewards on, and I'm convinced they have changed the XP values of everything, because I don't remember it. I've played Fez on hard and completed it, and I don't remember it ever being that painful to like try and level up stuff. You could be like, what, level 12 when you reach the top of the first bit of Tartarus, I think, but in this it was just like painful just trying to level up. You get like 1 XP from every fight. It's just a joke. So you can retries per floor and continue after game over. If you use this on Elizabeth and she uses the 999, Mega Ladalian bloody skill on you, and you keep trying to revive, she will keep killing you. Because I thought you could cheese it by using that, but she'll just keep spamming it if you revive yourself. So you have to use the what do you call it? The special summon skill, which nullifies all attacks. I suppose I'll talk about that now as well. And this video is going on a lot longer than I thought as well. So all these special summons, which you'd have to have 2 personas in your arsenal to get... no, it's not here, is it? Yeah, so these are like the special spells, which... So King and I is Black Frost and Jack Frost. If you had both of them, you like do this double summon, and it does that effect, which is quite nice. You didn't like it. I'm pretty sure the description was blocked the first time you, before the first time you use it in Fez, but I honestly can't remember. I didn't really use many of these, other than Armageddon, which was Hellel and... Is it Hellel on Satan? Or is it Lucifer and Satan? I can't remember, one of them. Basically, you just deal ultimate damage to everybody. You can literally cheese every boss fight with this. And it just, funny. Yeah, Infinity. So, that's the one. Yeah, you basically have to have a load of those and Armageddon, and you win the Elizabeth fight. So some of these are quite good. Some of them are absolute crap. Invulnerability for 1 turn, but crikey, I think it brings you down to 1 health after that, but I can't remember. And also you can kind of still do some of the cheese from the previous game, because obviously this uses the Persona 4 combat style, which instead, when you knock an enemy down, they get straight back up on their turn. Whereas in Persona 3 Vanilla and Fez, they waste a turn getting up, which literally, there's a whole video of me cheesing the Reaper by doing that, which is quite funny. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's just that I'm kind of disappointed they went with this instead of Fez, because admittedly neither of them are the best version, because Fez misses a load of content from this, and if you picked Fez, then you'd be missing like a whole different route. But then also, I just think you're missing out on like a big part of what actually makes Persona. Massive fire. Yeah, we'll go for this. So this is just an example of like you don't actually have to have the personas. It just does it automatically. Oh, they're all shocked as well. Yeah, I would say they've also upped the difficulty in this as well. At least I don't remember, like, Fez was ridiculously unfair with loads of stuff, and like I would say hard is, was an absolute joke. Like just trying to, the last boss is like pretty tough, but you can do it, and defeating the Reaper on hard's pretty tough as well. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. Just like, this isn't as hard, but it's not as enjoyable. It's just like, it seems like really unfair. Like, so with like light and dark skills, you will get killed by them. Like if you put this on hard, you will get killed. And like the amount of homunculi I've lost to just, random AI BS. And there's a lot of stuff as well, like if they use a hit and evade skill as well. So if say there's like 4 enemies and they all use one of them, there will be like only one you hit. So at least that's for me. Maybe that's just my experience, but a lot of people are happy with this game, and I don't blame them, because you get to experience a Persona 3 story, albeit in like a pretty sad way, which I'm not a massive fan of, because I already know the story. I like this game for like the atmosphere, I guess. But honestly, the best hope we can, best thing we can hope for is just a remake. Although that's kind of pointless with just how like soon it is. It would at least be a couple of years, and I don't know if that's like really worth it, because the movie came out absolutely years after Persona 3 Portable, like the original version. But obviously those characters have appeared in like Persona Q, the Ultra Ultimax, whatever it's called, Persona 4 Arena, like the original version, and then more characters appeared in Ultimax, which is also on like PS3, and then they've released, a PS4 version. PS4 version, like the PS5 and all that's been out for like years after that, so I don't know why they did that. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to say about this. I just wanted to have a bit of a rant and take my mind off things. But yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, do you agree? Do you disagree? I can imagine there'll be a lot of people which disagree with this video, that this game is bad. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just like not the version I wanted. They have all the assets to have just made Fez with like this content. It just doesn't make sense. Like, so for example, I will literally go in here. Most of the extra fights are just, actually I don't want to go through there. Who should we pick? Should we pick the Hermit? Cool. Exchange members. You would have thought adding Yukari to this would be a bit stupid. And Igus. But I'm a genius, you see. Right. So going in here is literally just the same fight. And the so for the doors at the beginning, it's just literally just Monad Depths, but with, different sort of background and stuff. It's just like none of this content here is any different texturally than the rest of like the previous game. The only texture you'd have to update is like the social links for the female protagonist, and a lot of the social links are the same. Like the Emperor is basically the same. Just trying to think of the other ones. So you'd have to create like the scenes, but it just, I don't know. It was like too much effort. I don't really get it, but whatever. So we'll just quickly do some of this fight because I want to show you some. Actually, no, I won't be able to show you it because basically I was just going to take the piss with, because this enemy does electric damage only, and picking 2 people that are weak to it would be quite funny. And I've lost a lot of health. But the joke is I've got the items which nullifies weaknesses. Yeah, for both of them. And that's what I was going to say earlier. It was like items that are kept per playthrough are quite good. So you don't have to keep going for heart items, which those are, you know, the special items. So you can immediately, you know, negate Yukari's weakness at the start of the game and give her a weapon. Give her a weapon that basically makes her persona useless. Also, I hate some of the descriptions as well. So that attack, Akasha Arts, I think it's called, doesn't, what's the word? So it says does heavy strike damage to all enemies, but it doesn't actually do that because it does multiple heavy strikes to all enemies, like 1 to 2 hits, but it never explains that. They didn't change some of the descriptions, which is what I'm really annoyed about. I don't know, it's just a little bugbear. They did fix an issue which, so it says, yeah, Akasha Arts, heavy strike. And there's also Herculean Strike as well, I think is the attack. And it says deals medium slash damage to all enemies, but it doesn't actually do that. It does heavy strike damage to all enemies. And just, like, I've had... does one of the party members have that, I think? Or it might have been me. I think I used it on somebody to see if the description was accurate, and it wasn't, because I thought that's a bit weird. And yeah, they reflected the damage and killed me, so that was pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, I'm rambling on about things. There's just so many glitches in this as well. Like Messiah, the coffins don't appear on his back, and stuff like that. And also changes in this. So if you've already got an attack buff, and you cast that, usually it would... Oh, let me get... Oh, what a surprise, he drained 214 SP. What a penis. Yeah, so if you... Oh, what was I going to say? I can't even remember now. Yeah, I'm literally just rambling on. I'm nearly gone half an hour. So, like, here you'll see he's supposed to have coffins where that chain is, but they never appear. So there's like some visual buggers, but whatever. Yeah, thank you very much for if you watched this video. I'm sure I'll lose subscribers, not that I really care at this point. And thank you very much for watching if you did, and I'll see you with a anime tier list. Will probably be the next video, I think. I've been putting it off since July of last year. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.